Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Liga Raketa Southeast Europe Rocket League Championship Season 5. I'm your host and cast, Rydro, and we got big games coming up today. We have Titans versus Bread Esports, and for those who don't know who Bread Esports is, they used to play under the name Risky Business. They had a little bit of rebranding. They stayed the same players, same names and everything, but they got a small new addition coming to the team, AcroTic, who used to be playing under Team Black Diamond last season, and I believe he is also a verified coach. So I think that's going to be a very interesting addition for them. However, like in Titans, we have Haregan. I think he definitely gonna have a very interesting story here. He played last season, and he played last season in season 4, but he had a really tough time playing, and I believe they're like one of the unluckiest team out there. They had a lot of struggles to continue on, especially when it comes to the motivation. However, it's gonna be a fresh start for Haregan right now. He got 2 new players to be playing with, and it's gonna be very interesting. As that's not all, we can have a small interview with Haregan, so we could take a deeper look into the new team and the new start for Haregan, how that's going to be um, ending up like for Haregan, and how do we set up these expectations for Haregan. I believe he's going to be joining me here in the interview very soon, and I'm really excited to see what he's really expecting in this season. And there he is. Yo, Haregan, how's it going?
Hello, Rydro.
Hope you're doing well.
Doing really well. Yeah, I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. How about you?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much for asking. I'm
Nice, good
really
here.
excited. First of all, like last season, like there is no denial. Like I believe you and your team struggled to keep going in the competition. Like you guys skipped a couple of series, and you guys came back to the competition near the end, but you guys didn't really have luck to gain enough points to make it to the playoffs. And I believe you used to play under Countess eSports, and right now you found 2 new players to be joining you in this journey. So I would like I would like to know, how are things going for you and those new players you got? Like, how is it like to play with a team right now?
Well, to be honest, last season was a roller coaster for my team. A lot of changes, so I'm happy how it ended. But this season is a bit different. I have people who I know for a long time, who are good friends of mine, also good players. It's a good team, and I think it's going to go very well without any problems.
That's nice to hear. And you guys are also going up against the team who placed the second in the playoffs. They also won a game against Maniacs, and they were like the best team in last season. So, what are you guys expecting this series to be? Like, are you guys like feeling maybe nervous, like playing against a really strong team, or like how are you guys expecting this series to go? Like, how do you guys think you guys should be playing in order to take them down? Like, of course, the new roster you guys have looking very good and promising, but how are you guys expecting this to be?
We did lose against them in qualifiers after we qualified. Uh, they are a team who are playing together for a long time, and they're playing together very often. So we expect some trouble, and it's not going to be easy 100%.
All right, Haregan, I wish you the best luck as you go and have a fresh start in a new journey, in a new season, as we're gonna go and go to the next topic we're gonna have. We have Deem, like I said before. He used to play for Team Black Diamond, and right now he joined Titans. And also in Bread Esports, they had AcroTic. They have AcroTic right now, and he also used to play for Team Black Diamond. And I think it's gonna be a very interesting addition here, like formal teammates playing against each others. They're no longer in the same side, so kind of curious how this is gonna be like. Yeah, maybe we're gonna have um, some kind of rivalry here. Like I said, it's gonna be a very important series to watch, and I can't really wait to cast the games because, like what Haregan said, they had a rollercoaster last time, and they're really looking forward to proving himself right now with a new team. And as they play against Bread Esports, he said that they lost to them in the qualifier, but it's gonna be very interesting. Like, what can they do so they could win against Bread Esports? Like, do they have to play differently, or they have to play the same and just focus on executing that strategy that they had, but doing it a lot better? And I think we still need to wait as the players have to join the lobby. Um, but yeah, I think Bread Esports, they had a very interesting run last season. Nobody expected them to be placing the second. Yeah, they were looking really, really good. But in the playoffs, things just turned upside down. We got Team Black Diamond, um, just things not really going in their favor. And we had Risky Business, or they're also known as Bread Esports right now. They managed to replace the second, and they also managed to win a game against Maniacs. And back then, in the old roster for Maniacs, it was Swizz, Hooded, and Sketch, I believe. And that team looked very, very scary and dominant. However, it's going to be a new season. A lot of players switched to new teams, and some of them are playing together. Some of them are not playing together anymore, but instead they're playing against each other as they're no longer the same side. So I really wonder how long this is gonna take as we uh, prepare the series so we could start and have our first game to be kicking off. And also, I believe in the second series we got today. Like, yeah, this is going to be a very interesting series, Titans versus Bread Esports. But also the next one, we got Maniacs. They're still playing, but they got also different players, different names in the team. Hooded isn't in the team anymore. So we got Swizz. He stayed in the team, and we also got Quellos, who used to be he used to be playing here in Liga Raketa. I believe he's season 3 winner, and I'm not really sure who else do we get. So let me take a look. I wasn't really expecting to talk for honestly like that long, but we got Pokemon Go Suck. That's a very interesting name. That I always forget his name, even though it seems to be the most interesting name of out of all of these names. To be fair, but how are they gonna be performing like? Okay, we have seen how Renegades playing like once they got hooded in the team. They started to freestyle, and I think it's not Maniacs. It turned out to be hooded who just adds some kind of unique atmosphere to the team, and where everybody would feel comfortable to, you know, they go for flashy plays, they go for freestyles, passing plays, they go for clips basically, and that's how they end up winning their games. However, hooded isn't in the team anymore, so I think for Maniacs, we're gonna see a whole different look for them, and I'm really excited to see what kind of playstyle they actually gonna have. Hooded isn't in the side anymore, not even Sketch, and I don't think Sketch gonna be even playing this whole competition. But Quellos, it's gonna be interesting to see him playing in a 3v3 format. I saw him so many times in 1v1 games, and he's a solid player. And right now, like in the next series, we're gonna see him playing in 3v3, and he's gonna be playing with Swizz. I think that's gonna be a very interesting team because Swizz and Quellos, both of them won the tournaments, at least the previous ones. So I'm really excited for that, and also for Quantum Deos esports, we got Kazuki, Forrest, Pearl, and Daniel. Forrest, I think he like something very interesting happened for Forrest. Like I don't know, maybe things happen for a reason. I believe he either got kicked out of Lupus or he just left Lupus. And Lupus, unfortunately, they didn't make it this season. And he joined like another team and he ended up making it here. So he's like, yeah, you guys got me out of the team and I'm here and I'm still about to prove myself. But I think we're going to get into that later as we're getting the players to be joining. We have Titans versus Bread Esports, and the players are already joining the lobby. Like I said, Haregan coming in with a new journey, with a new team versus Bread Esports. They looked very well established in the last season. But right now they have AcroTic in their side, and they really wonder if having some kind of coach in their team that could provide some kind of advantage, or Haregan will be showing that all will take is just a fresh start, and they're going to be asserting their dominance. As the game has already started. Now xegi trying to send it upfield. It's going to be denied. Now I believe that's no, that's not. That's xegi, I think. That's how it's supposed to be pronounced like. Either way, it's going to be a pass. Almost a 3-man passing play. Haregan trying to drop it down. Kind of looking awkward, and another shot comes in, but it's going to be a little bit wide. Haregan taking control. Getting immediately bumped. They're not really letting him control it, as that's what he was trying to do. I believe he was trying to control the ball at least upfield and not really rush the play, trying to find his teammates so they could get their passing play going, and that's a very interesting play happened here. We're basically casting pinball right now. Just goes from hopotihoi to one of the defenders, and there is no way for Titans to predict that one, as Bright Esports, they're gonna have one on the board already. eXqz. Now I have heard of his name before, but haven't really seen him in the field, and this is gonna be the first time, so kinda having a bit of high expectations because they're looking very promising. Haregan is very experienced, and eXqz, he also seems to be one of those threatening players in the field, and really big 50 comes in, but it's gonna be cleared without anybody getting involved in that play. eXqz can't really get anything done. xegi with a shot on net. It's gonna be denied. Haregan trying to continue on the pressure for now. They're not really letting them clear it at ease, and that's how it has been like from the start. Titans, though they didn't really get a goal on the board, they're still keeping the ball on the orange side for quite long, and it's a matter of time when we're gonna see a mistake, but they have already got their transition, and it's a whole different thing right now. We're seeing Bright Esports, they're the team that is applying the pressure for now. xegi dropping it down, looking for the dunk, can't really get it. Haregan maybe with the pass of the ceiling. xegi with a shot on net, and not even a pre-flip will save that, and we're gonna have a tie game. Again, like I said, they have been continuing on the pressure for so long. Yeah, they didn't really score before, but they did right now, so that proves the continuous pressure eventually gonna break the defense, and that's how Titans gonna be doing it. But hopotihoi with a quick goal right after the kickoff, and that tied up game didn't last long, and it's a lot of mistakes happened in a matter of seconds. I don't believe the player even got the touch in the kickoff, and not even the player that was supposed to be following it up, and the lead goes back once again for Bright Esports. AlienzZ looking forward clearing it away. xegi not really getting that, but the pressure, I believe, it just goes on back and forth right now, and I think both teams are capable of having this strategy, but I think it's just a matter of who can execute that better than the other. So it's gonna be Titans or Bright Esports. As Bright Esports, they got the lead, but doesn't really mean that's gonna be safe. And hopotihoi, a little bit of confusion in the defense here in the wall, and that's gonna cost them a goal right away. AcroTic just coming in with a quick punishment, and I believe that's also a mix of mispositioning and miscommunication coming from the team, as they go down by 2 right now, and not a lot of time remaining. Like, yeah, 1 minute and a half, but the game has been very, very slow, unless we get to see a whole different approach coming from Titans. It's possible, but the team has been very slow when it comes to scoring, and that's the alarming thing for Titans. As hopotihoi looking to make a solo play, it's gonna be bouncing off the wall. AlienzZ with a shot. It's gonna be bouncing again. It's gonna go a little bit wide. xqz gonna have an open net here, catching everybody off guard. Like, everybody seems to be wanting to attack. Everybody went for that offensive play, and xqz gonna have it so easy like that. And one step closer, it's possible right now. Like, yeah, maybe the game was very slow earlier, but right now it's possible. I think that's gonna send them back to staying confident. And xqz with a really nice infield pass, but it gets well read, and AcroTic pitching this one from long distance. I'm not sure if that was even a pinch or maybe just a 50, but it just went straight in. Okay, that was a pinch. 123 kilometers per hour. There is no way anyone could have stopped that. Nobody was even expecting such a shot. As the lead goes back, well, they still had the lead, but they extended again, going up by 2. So that seems to be possible for the Titans. Right now, it's gonna be a lot more difficult than how it used to be. And it seems like, I don't know, they have something weird that goes on. Whenever they can see the goal, they get to score another one. First, we have seen it from that kickoff, and eXqz coming in to send it right back to 1 goal difference. Haregan sending it to the corner, and everybody seems to be not really ready for that save. As there used to be like a defender in the goal line, but they left a big gap between the post and the player. And 30 seconds left right now. Are we gonna see another goal? And you really want to see it to be coming from Titans. Otherwise, they're gonna drop the first game. And now Haregan, last player in the back. AcroTic taking over, and it's gonna be a solo play, almost on net. Even if that didn't go in, they still have the pressure, or at least killing some seconds. And I think that's gonna be very important for Titans. And xG with looking for a pass, but nobody seems to be ready for it. xqz looking forward to keep it alive, and xG with a shot that was so close to be on net. And Haregan again getting another touch. The ball is still alive, and AlienzZ killing it. And BES eSports, they took the first game. It was a very interesting match, honestly. Like, BES eSports and Titans, like, they both had the pressure. They both had, I would say, similar playstyle. But I believe Titans, like, their defense didn't really seem to be as clean as possible. They had a lot of hiccups every now and then. 2 players being very close towards each other, and also I believe some goals were okay. This might sound biased, but they were a little bit lucky. I really believe some of the goals were kind of lucky. Like that pinch, like there is no way that was calculated. But hey, it was still a goal, and BES eSports will definitely take that. But it's gonna be very interesting because I think right now Titans will have to consider the worst next time they want to attack. So at least they want to make sure to have a player in the back, just in case if any of these moments could happen again. Because it was 1 goal difference, and it's possible for them to, could have gone either way around. But in the previous game, I believe BES eSports looked more consistent. They didn't really have as much defensive issues like Titans did. And we're gonna start with an early goal for Titans. Nobody seemed to be able to clear it off the backboard. Haregan sending it there, but I know maybe AlienzZ didn't really have enough boost there. Seemed to be in the right position, but he just went forward instead. I believe he let it for his teammate. But yeah, like that didn't really leave enough time for them to have another plan before the strike comes in, as that's already 1 goal lead for Titans. xqz again sending it off possibly to the backboard again, but this time it's gonna be hopotihoi. He's definitely ready for that. And another challenge comes in. xqz looking for the solo play, a shot almost on target, but it's gonna be AlienzZ standing on the way and clearing it off to the other side. AlienzZ just putting it in the left side. xqz always booming it high, forcing the defenders in the orange side to be using plenty of boost. And I think this is the kind of approach they're going for. Just force them to go for saves, force them to go for a lot of high plays, and we get to see a high quality play here from Titans. xegi just going for a solo play, just taking down two defenders all by himself as they extend the lead. And I think that's a really good start for Titans. This is definitely one of the best ways to respond back after such a loss like that. But we still have a lot of time remaining. I really wonder if that's going to be it, or yeah, maybe they had a couple of goals, but still, Bright Esports, they're still in their A game. And another backboard play happens here, and Haregan is there for the cleanup. Maybe xegi couldn't really get the goal, but again, the backboard is welcoming so many balls right now, and the weakness seems to be already showing for Braid Esports. They really need to step up their backboard defense, and they want to make sure that the defenders are also prepared for going such high clears. This is something that, yeah, xegi realized that it's not going to be cleared that quickly, so I may as well want to go for more of these plays because, hey, they're resulting in goals, so we're doing the right thing. And eXqz with a shot. It's going to be a little bit over the top corner. Hopotihoi looking for a crazy angle. AcroTic can't really get the dunk, but the pressure is still going. And now Haregan off to the other side. Haregan once again in the defense. Has been playing more of a supportive role, and a really interesting passing play here. AlienzZ sending it right back to the midfield. AcroTic trying to come up with a passing play. AlienzZ with a zero boost play. I almost put that on net, but the ball is still going to be cleared away as Bright Esports. They still haven't really got a single goal on the board yet, and it seems like, yeah, Titans, they're applying the pressure so much better than how they did in the previous game. Like, yeah, they had the pressure earlier, but right now it's very interesting. It seems to be having better purpose. Like, they know what they're doing. They're just going for backwards, but not really going for backward shots anymore, as xegi just putting it low. Haregan did really good 50 doing that, as it just continued on the pressure for them. And yeah, back to what I was saying, for Titans, they're abusing the backboard, and for Bright Esports, they have no choice but to rely on counterattacks, but we're not really seeing counterattacks because I think the pressure is a little bit too much for them to handle at this point. They really need to keep up with the boost management, and they want to make sure to stay organized. Otherwise, they can have a lot of troubles defending their backboard besides their net. eXqz sending it to the corner. Hopotihoi gonna meet it up there, as that could be setting it up for the counterplay that we really haven't seen in a while for Bright Esports. AlienzZ, last man in the back, but it gets a very interesting touch. That's gonna send it all the way back, and but that again, the ball goes to the orange side once again. It feels like there's like some kind of magnet between the ball and the orange side. No matter what happens, it just goes back right there. And xegi is able to get a pass before getting demolished. And they're keeping up with the pressure right now. They got 4 goals lead. And I think this is how they need to be responding back. We haven't seen a single goal yet for Bright Esports, as we get to see a complete shift in momentum. Haregan, interesting play here in the corner, as xegi getting in a demo, trying to create the space, and Haregan I really like that decision. It just kept it close to his car instead of forcing a 50 or something, just letting his teammate to do the work. Maybe eventually that's gonna create the space that it's gonna be possible for him to score a goal, even though he got no boost. 30 seconds left now. It's gonna be an upfield pass. It could have been a very dangerous play, but hopotihoi, once again, I think he's having so many roles right now. Clearing the ball, helping with the counters, and also giving his teammates enough time to reposition themselves. And eXqz with a pass back to Haregan, and xegi almost a 3-man passing play, but we didn't really get to see that as the ball is still alive. 4 goals to nothing. That's a big win for Titans. They responded back with a statement here, like, yeah, maybe the first game was just a warm-up, or maybe we just needed to see how Bright Esports are playing like But it seems like the pressure that they had in the previous game didn't really click until in the next game, which is like game 2 here. We get to see a lot of these um, booming shots coming from eXqz, for example. It seems like they had more purpose. They're just, yeah, not really keeping the ball there and waiting for something to happen. They're just shooting it to the backboard. And once that doesn't really get cleared, they always have a player to be ready to send it back to the net. And that's enough to get them to win a game against Red Esports. But it's very interesting. We saw Titans struggling in the defense earlier, and right now they're not struggling. It's Red Esports who are struggling in the defense to clear the ball right in time and prevent Titans from having their backboard plays. We're tied up here, 1-1 in the series. I don't think there's like any more momentum going at this point. I think both teams could win. So maybe we're gonna see some kind of back and forth plays, and also some back and forth in the series. Possibly game 5. I have no idea, but a lot of people in the community were expecting game 5, and including myself, honestly. So if you look at the players' names, like yeah, everybody's looking really, really good, and it's by far one of the most exciting match that we get started for today. And Haregan gonna be blocked by AlienzZ. hopotihoi taking over. It's gonna be xegi sending it high. Looking for another touch as it bounces off the ceiling, but it's gonna be AlienzZ once again. It's gonna be standing in the face of Titans and not really letting them have their own offensive plays. And xegi dropping it down. Haregan. Again, he got the shot, but again, it's gonna be always blocked. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Red Esports. They are not really getting any saves. They're just blocking everything whenever it's just about to happen. They're always in the way, and they're barely letting Titans have their space to work with. However, Titans, they're still holding very strongly. They're still applying the pressure. Maybe not the best way possible. Almost an own goal from AcroTic as he just rotated back. And eXqz, a very interesting pre-flip in the air to get that read and also send it away. xegi, solid pinch. Nobody's there to follow it up. I don't think anybody was even expecting such a powerful pinch. And eXqz taking his time, going for a solo play. It's gonna be very interesting. I think both teams are aware of the pressure that is getting applied in both sides, in the blue and the orange side. So maybe that's why they're going for plenty of solo plays. Can't seem to be afraid of losing their positioning where they're gonna be conceding an open net goal. So we're going deeper into this game. xegi sending it away. AlienzZ getting bumped away. That's gonna delay the rotation. But AcroTic taking this one very slow. That is a very smart decision. He goes for the flick. It's gonna be eXqz to the corner. eXqz, he has to play it off again. Couldn't really get a powerful 50. Haregan sending it to the midfield. xegi getting the follow up. Can he find the double tap? Oh my goodness, that was insane. The moment they cleared the ball, Haregan sending it right back. xegi sending it off to the wall, and he still managed to have enough boost in his tank to find the last touch. And there you go. We're breaking the silence with style. Titans having 1 goal lead here in game 3. How Red Esports can be responding to that play. It's not just a normal goal after a lot of pressure, but possibly one of the best goals here in the series maybe, and I think it's definitely going to be one of the highlights. And eXqz, 0 boost 50, trying their best to keep the ball there in the orange side, and a very interesting touch from Haregan, but that didn't really last long enough. And xegi, as he rotates, he still gets that demo. Now hopotihoi, nearly a 1v1 situation, but he handles the pressure very well. AcroTic looking for the follow-up, and hopotihoi looking for that bomb or a demo on the defender. xegi sending it high. Haregan looking for the follow-up, but Red Esports, they are very well aware of these passing plays, and yet again they're blocking all of those plays, and hopotihoi really good bump off the wall, and AcroTic sending it off the backboard. hopotihoi with a follow-up, and again it's going to be off the backboard. AcroTic couldn't really get the read as the pressure going to be slowing down, and they finally break through, but the ball goes right back to the blue field, and AcroTic and AlienzZ, they get to have their passing play going. They're just responding to them. This is how you get the passes going. That was way too close to be a 50, but AcroTic, that had to be so perfect to get that shot and put it very cleanly. And we're gonna have a tied up game, 1-1, 1 minute remaining, and also a tied up series. But Haregan winning a dunk right after the kickoff, and the lead goes back to Titans. That was very quick, and it seems like he was aware of that. Like, yeah, maybe he had a lot of height, so maybe he had to use that for a possible 50, and he got that right away. As the lead goes back to Titans. That is another roller coaster, I believe, but another shot almost on net, and not even AlienzZ could put that in as he just passed right behind his car. AcroTic trying to apply the pressure again. AlienzZ with a shot on net, and eXqz, I believe, can really get that clear, and we get to see another goal coming in, and it's going, like I said before, it's going back and forth so many times, and we're seeing that here. Another equalizer comes in. Bright eSports, they're not really letting go of this at all. Yeah, they got to concede the goal really quickly after tying it up, but they're still applying the pressure. They're still having their plays. And hopotihoi going for the demo. Now I think both teams have to be careful. Really good 50 from AlienzZ. AcroTic taking over. It's gonna be slowly dropping down. It's gonna pinch off the ceiling. AlienzZ sending it to the backboard, and Haregan putting it off to the other side. AcroTic using the corner, and this could be a very dangerous moment for Titans as they need a big clear, and that's gonna go in. hopotihoi finding the last touch, and Bright eSports, they steal the lead. They steal the whole game at the last few seconds. xegi, he had to race all the way back, but 4 seconds remaining. We have seen Bright eSports responding back twice, but right now it's gonna be Titans. They have to do it, but they couldn't. And Bright eSports, they take the 3rd game, and wow, that is crucial for Titans. That is definitely a crucial moment. They had their plays, like after that double tap, after like that dunk, after the kickoff. Yeah, everything like what we have seen from Titans, it just looked like, yeah, it was their game. There is no way Bright eSports, they gonna bounce back, but they actually did it. And there you go, 2-1 in this series. 1 game away for Bright eSports to win it. But it's very, very interesting here. And Haregan, now he's really looking forward to winning the first series. He really wants to make sure that the motivation gonna be as high as possible. But Bright eSports, they're still looking very solid. They're the only team that didn't go through any roster change, except the fact that they got AcroTic. And I think that's gonna be adding a little bit of unique feels to the team. Like I said, he is also a coach, so yeah, maybe if they can have a misplay or something, they can have somebody who's really experienced when it comes to analyzing things and possibly avoiding solutions for those misplays. AcroTic with a shot on net, and hopotihoi changing the direction of the ball just to secure it, and 1-0 for them. Everybody had to race back, and all of a sudden things looked really, really chaotic. And this is something that's like about the mentality. Like you have a very close game, or like, yeah, you have a dominant start, and it's sort of like, yeah, you're controlling the whole game, but at the last few seconds you have the game to be stolen from you, and the next game you play, it's kind of like leaving a bitter taste in the mouth, and sometimes it's really, really difficult to shake that off. As we haven't really seen Titans conceding an open net goal like that since game 1, but they do it here, and very, very quickly, so that could be a very dangerous thing. and I don't think it's gonna be a very promising thing for Titans. eXqz trying to blitz off the backboard, and Haregan taking over. With a 1v1 play in the corner, it's gonna be xegi. Haregan also getting the demo, but the shot wasn't really coming in. It seems to be a little bit more delayed as eXqz. I believe he tried to get a smart touch, not really forcing the shot to be going as fast as possible, but that caused the shot to be readable, and we don't get to see an equalizer yet. 3 minutes remaining, it's still possible. Haregan entering 50, AlienzZ really aware of that, and xegi with a shot on net, hopotihoi coming off, and he's still getting the save, and Haregan with a solo play, and I believe eXqz, he tried to get the shot, a bit of miscommunication coming from Titans, but right now we're already about to see a counter play. It's gonna be off the backboard, or maybe the corner, not even the backboard anymore. AlienzZ sending it high. xegi sending it to the midfield, and again, hopotihoi, he has been meeting so many balls high in the sky just to deny these counters. They got their 1-goal lead, and they know that they already got the advantage here. And Haregan with a defensive demo, that's gonna relieve a little bit of pressure. xegi sending it to the midfield, but nobody's there to receive it as AcroTic taking his time in this. And xegi getting the demo again. We're seeing a bit of aggressive plays coming from Titans. Once they're not having the ball, they're going for the cars themselves. And xegi getting another demo, but he got the ball this time, where a couple of seconds ago, it was like the player who didn't really have the ball earlier, he goes for the demo, so that was a very interesting play, but it still doesn't really pay off. They're getting their demos, but they seem to be struggling right now to find something to do. xegi with a pass, eXqz with a shot on net, but again, it's gonna be very well predicted from the orange side, as time is slowly ticking. They are 1 goal away from losing this, or also tying it up and maybe even send it to game 5. Now, xegi with a very interesting touch to keep it there. He gets a demo, but we're not going to see a shot on net. But eXqz coming in again. He gets a shot, but nothing happens. Again, Bright eSports, they're like a brick wall. They can't really get rid of how strong their defense is. And eXqz with a shot, nearly top corner. And another demo comes in. Every shot that just goes toward the net, it's gonna be blocked. And xegi with a dunk, and that's gonna do it. Right below the crossbar. xegi, incredible placement, going for a solo play. Eventually they had to find the space that they needed to work with. They had a lot of shots on net, they had a lot of demos. Everything seems to be blocked and denied, but eventually xegi coming in with an air dribble. But we have seen the games to be stolen earlier, so it might still not be safe, as Bright eSports, they are finding it a lot easier to attack. And the demos are still going for Titans. They don't want to go through the same thing again, because if they did, well, that's gonna be an instant loss. Now hopotihoi, it's gonna be taken by eXqz. Not sure if you can see a denial, but Haregan looking for a 0-second play here. It's gonna be bouncing off the wall. hopotihoi sending it right back, and xegi deciding to let this one go. And we're going to an overtime. Again, 1 goal is just separating a loss and a victory. Bright eSports to 1 in the series. And for Titans, they kinda had the momentum, but just didn't last long enough. And eXqz with a shot. It's gonna be busting at the post, and xegi with a follow-up, and we're going to game 5. Titans, they're still fighting for this series, and wow, it was so close at the end. And again, I think we get to see something very similar to what Bright eSports did. Like, they kind of stole the game at the end, but Titans, they didn't really steal the same way as they did. They sent it to an overtime, but that was a very interesting plays coming in from the end. Like, We really haven't seen them going for demos all the time, but they kinda did. Like once they were desperate, they had to try new strategies. They just didn't really rely on trying to do the same thing and expect new results. So we saw these demos. Like yeah, they were like a good strategy to create the space and all. But are we gonna see the same kind of playstyle in Game 5? Or maybe not. Like I honestly have no idea because they only did that when they were desperate to get a goal because they know that yeah, like one goal that's gonna help us to stay alive. So we need to do whatever we could just to find that one goal so we could stay alive here and maybe even send it to Game 5. And they finally do. They send it to Game 5 and eXqz with an early demo here. Haregan. Back to xegi. Now back to eXqz. And back to Haregan. It's going back and forth right now, but none of these touches seems to be as threatening as expecting. Haregan sending it to the backboard again. Now xegi, not a lot to boost. He has to let this one go. And Haregan nearly getting that touch, but I think everybody has to be careful right now. And that was so close to the end. AcroTic nearly shot on net, but it's gonna go to the other way. Haregan dribbling it and also flicking the ball to clear it away. eXqz maybe off the corner. AcroTic reading that very well. Haregan looking for those 50s, just going for them and not really leaving them any space to clear it away. eXqz looking for a pass in the ground, and Haregan almost found that far post shot, but it seems like an open net here. hopotihoi couldn't really find the net right in time, as the players they managed to get back in time, but that is a very scary thing because like they almost got captured on because they left their net wide open, and that's something that's like the least thing you would ever want to see here in Game 5 after all of this effort, after all of these comebacks and all of these plays. And we're about to go maybe to 2 minutes without somebody scoring. We have seen this, I believe, which was in Game 3. And eXqz sending it up to the wall. Haregan, can he really make it in time? But it's gonna be AlienzZ. It's gonna be floating dangerously. AcroTic coming over the ceiling to clear it away. hopotihoi almost finding the net, but that's going to result in a double commit, and again the defense kind of struggling. It's maybe the nerves, but it's definitely showing that Titans, they're about to have the same struggles as they did earlier. AcroTic, his shot going to be denied by eXqz. They still can avoid that bullet. AcroTic still looking for that pressure. They're knowing that the defense might be kind of lacking here, and accidental team bump happens, but the ball has been staying in the blue side for quite some time, and eXqz finally breaking through, and hopotihoi sending it away as eXqz he gets a demo in the wall and just preventing AlienzZ from having his play. Possibly that could have been the setup because he got a lot of space to work with, but just eXqz, he followed him up really high, not really giving him any chance. As possibly we're gonna go through the longest time since somebody scored, and I think both teams are extremely cautious. Possibly we're gonna see a lot of solo plays. It's gonna be a 1-goal game here. AlienzZ, this time he's gonna be the one getting the demos, and hopotihoi beating eXqz to that shot. xegi, not a lot of boost, but he's still able to buy some time just a little bit. You would wonder if that was worth it. And AcroTic with a solo play to clear it. Two players just being very, very close toward each other's. And we have seen those hiccups before. But again, they need to be careful. xegi, maybe off the wall or it's gonna be bouncing off the ramp. hopotihoi, but Haregan, he still gets some kind of contact in the ball. Now xqz with a shot, and it's gonna be blocked by AcroTic. xG with a follow-up, again it's gonna be blocked. Haregan trying to take over. Final 30 seconds, and the ball right now is just staying in the orange side as it finally gets cleared away. xG is there to meet it up. Haregan, interesting 50 here to keep it there, just to surprise him, but xqz not really getting the touch. AlienzZ. It was a 1v1 situation. Haregan couldn't really find the redirect. Haregan again just going for another try. AlienzZ taking away a player from the blue team. That's gonna be relieving a lot of pressure as the ball is still alive, but I think they definitely want to kill it and they want to go to an overtime. And who expected Game 5 overtime as the first series? Wow, the nerves must be real for both teams right now. They had it very, very close. We had so many opportunities. The game could have ended way before. We have seen plenty of pressuring plays coming from both sides. And hopotihoi maybe getting a fake here, and xG, and that's a disastrous moment for Titans as that play from hopotihoi just cuts through the defense, just catches everybody off guard, and Haregan couldn't really keep up with it, and we get to see a quick end to an overtime. Wow, that was truly something. Like both teams, they had really good plays, but to be fair, I'm not really surprised. Titans couldn't really make it and win Game 5. They struggled a lot in the defense in Game 5. It's like the same issues happened. Like two players being very, very close towards each other's. But eventually, I think that play, hopotihoi, like, yeah, they know that the defense was kind of struggling. All what they had to do, just maybe go for some kind of play that's going to be a little bit unpredictable. That was a perfect moment for them. The ball just stayed in a perfect position. And hopotihoi, he managed to make the turn and try to make a play out of that. And, you know, if you're the one attacking, you're definitely going to have it a lot easier. But if you're going to be the one defending against those plays, it's going to be a lot harder. In the end, it just had to be BES eSports winning against Titans 3-2 here in Game 5 in an overtime. So I think they're still proving that they're still one of the best teams out there. Like the second placement last season wasn't just a fluke, and they're still here fighting and maybe even getting that first placement this season. And GG's and well played. I believe we're gonna have AcroTic here in the interview after this game, so it's gonna be a very, very interesting discussion that we're gonna have here. So we're waiting for AcroTic to join me here, and there he is. Hello, AcroTic. How's it going?
Great. My heart's racing, but it was pretty good. I'm feeling good.
Well, not gonna lie, after seeing that overtime in Game 5, like, I'm not playing, I'm just watching, but I also had my hands to be sweaty for some reason, and I can't really imagine the situation for you guys. So,
Yeah, it was crazy. We had to kind of get aliens last minute because we hadn't really been playing much lately with them. But yeah, it went great. It was a crazy game. GG's to the boys as well. Whew. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
definitely heck of a game. I mean, that was a lot. That was a little bit too much. Like I would say, like, yeah, in Game 4 maybe, or like I believe in Game 3, there was like a moment where Titans, I believe they just spammed so many shots on the backboard, and it seems like you guys struggled a lot. Like in general, like, you guys didn't really struggle in the defense that much, but once you guys did struggle, it just like ended up with losing uh 4-0. So I would like to, like, what, like, you know, you're a coach, so what happened in the comms, and what did you guys have to fix in order to avoid all of that to keep
yeah.
going?
The main issue was probably our mentality going into the game. Um, our first game went pretty well. We've been practicing in pretty high level. So we were playing rank around supersonic level, but the main thing coming in was, okay, we started well, but then the second game we kind of got a bit cocky. We weren't really paying too much attention, and then yeah, we kind of regrouped. We noticed what's up. I said, okay, our main issue was probably comms. We weren't communicating enough when we were getting scored on. You know, that really puts a toll in your mentality. And yeah, after it happens once, we kind of stop talking, we slow down a bit, and that's really not what you're supposed to be doing, of course, in competitive play. So yeah, after we started talking a bit more, warming up, then the speed builds up just by talking. You kind of start moving a bit faster, and then yeah, suddenly everything seemed a bit more reachable. And yeah, we just kept this up, even when losing on game 4, we still managed to come back.
That was nicely done from you guys, and it was great for you guys to bounce back. But I have one last question. How do you think this is like? Would it be any different if Deem was like playing in the blue side? Because you and Deem used to be playing under Team Black Diamond last season. So how do you think that would have affected this series? Like, would the kind of the feeling of rivalry would have added some kind of maybe either more nerves or like even more exciting for you guys?
I think Dim is a great player, and in any team, he's a really valuable asset whenever he's on his good times. What I would consider a bit exaggerated is the fact that Dim could have been the difference between win and loss here. I think no matter our matchup, with some really small exceptions, we would really have similar results. But I still think. Yeah, I still think Deem, being a great player, no, I don't think he would fit into this kind of for Templar style that we see in this game.
All right, AcroTic, thank you so much for joining me, and you can go ahead and have your rest after this game 5 overtime. And once again, GG's and congrats on winning that series.
Thank you so much. Best of luck to you guys as well.
All right, thank you. Have a good one, AcroTic. And you know, that was, like you said, heck of a series. Yeah, I was like also expecting, honestly, a game 5, but I was actually expecting it to go for Italians, but it just ended up to go for Bright Esports. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
also like both teams. I like, yeah, like I have always been a fan of Team Black Diamond and Risky Business, and it's like, yeah, they get like a mix of both right now under Bright Esports. And also Haregan is like one of my favorite players, of course, but at the end it just had to be one team playing and winning, of course. So no, not one team playing, of course. Two teams playing, one of the team winning. But yeah, GG's again. We're gonna have to go through a short break as we prepare the second series. It's still gonna be just as much as exciting as the first one. Maniacs versus Quantum Deos. Stay tuned, and we'll see you guys there.
I'll be glad to watch.
And welcome back, everybody, to Southeast Rocket League Championship Season 5. I almost say Season 4. It's week 2, day 1. But unfortunately, after coming back after this break, we're not gonna have our second series to be played, which is supposed to be Maniacs versus Quantum Deos. Unfortunately, Maniacs couldn't show up in time, which is gonna result in a forfeit, and the win gonna go to Quantum Deos. So the third series we had seen before, it's gonna be the last one for today. However, we're still not done. We're gonna have more actions coming tomorrow around this time. So if you guys have been watching this the entire time, make sure to hit the follow on Twitch with a notification bell so you won't miss any more action. We can have even more exciting games tomorrow. And don't forget to also join the Discord to be involved in the community and with everybody else. The fan base is just amazing to be spending your time with. And yeah, the link I believe will be in the chat. And again, don't forget to follow Liga Raketa here on Twitch. We can have more games tomorrow. Don't forget to hit the follow. Don't miss out. And hope you guys have a good night. And we'll see you guys next time.